Becoming a successful real estate agent is actually very simple, and breaking $100,000 in commission isn't that difficult either. I've trained over 6,000 real estate agents just like you, and the truth is almost every one of them knows exactly what they need to do, but they're not doing it. So by the end of this video, I'm not only going to break down exactly what to do with an hour-by-hour calendar and schedule for you, I'm also going to eliminate every single excuse by giving you the exact scripts, the exact social media posts, and everything that you need to do so that today you can get started on your path to breaking $100,000 in commission in the next 12 months. But before I walk you through the hour-by-hour calendar and the schedule and give you all of the assets that you need in order to execute today, I want to unpack why most agents fail. You've probably heard the statistic that 87% of agents fail within the first 5 years, the majority of which are giving up in their first year, and a statistic came out that previously in 2024, 71% of real estate agents didn't close a single deal, not one, which is unbelievable to me. So the reality is that realtors fail not because of lack of knowledge, but rather lack of execution. Let me first break down a few of the critical reasons why most agents fail. The first thing being is that agents overthink and are waiting for the perfect plan and the perfect time. And I'm here to tell you that those just simply don't exist. You need to do what you can with the knowledge that you have right now. And if you're waiting for the perfect time, you're going to be waiting forever. That's why I always tell people when I'm coaching thousands of agents that done is better than perfect, and imperfect action is better than perfect inaction, because you're never going to find the right time, but you need to take massive action with what you have right now and not overthink it, because confidence doesn't come before experience, it comes with experience. So you're never going to feel confident in the beginning. I didn't feel confident with my first door knocks that I did back in 2017, but that same night I also got 2 listings at about $600,000 each because I just took action with what I had. And that leads to the second reason why most agents fail, which is that they're focused on being busy, not being productive, because they realize that the productive activities they know they need to be doing aren't the most fun. It's going to be things like prospecting or creating content or follow-up, but those are the things that actually generate clients. And your job as an agent, especially if you're not closing deals, is to generate leads. That's focus and priority number one every single day that you wake up. And if you're not prioritizing that, of course, you're wasting time on Canva designing something or playing around on the MLS without being intentional, only to feel like you get to the end of the day and you just spun your tires all day and didn't make any progress because you were being busy instead of being productive. And the last thing that causes most agents to fail is that they're simply lying to themselves. They're lying to themselves as to how hard they're actually working, how much time they're putting into the right activities. And the truth is most people say that knowledge is power, but there's a massive caveat to that. Knowledge isn't power, it is potential. The application of knowledge is what's powerful. If you read every book, go to every seminar, watch every webinar, consume a bunch of YouTube videos like this very one, but you don't take action on what you learn as soon as you get to the end of it, you're just becoming a serial learner. You need to become a serial executor and implement and take action on what you learn so that you actually get into momentum. So my encouragement to you is, by the end of this video, now that I'm gonna walk you through exactly what to do, make sure that you don't watch any other YouTube videos today. You simply follow the process that I'm gonna share with you and do something with it today. So now let's break down the exact ultimate routine for a successful real estate agent. The truth is that your daily routine actually starts the night before. So I always encourage people, if you want to succeed, when you get to the end of the day, write down your power list or the 5 income producing activities that you need to do the next day while it's fresh in your mind that are going to move the needle of your business forward. This is going to be some of the activities that I'm going to walk you through right now, but any critical tasks, whether it be a comparative home market analysis or a CMA, for a specific client, or to follow up with somebody, or if you have to do any showings and booking them, any critical activities that are actually going to be productive, not busy, that you need to do the next day, write them out the night before. Well, now that you've written out the 5 income producing activities that you need to do, or your power list, let's walk through what you need to do the day of, which is going to be, let's say, tomorrow. Well, tomorrow what you're gonna do is in the morning, as soon as you wake up, between maybe 7 to 8:30 a.m., we need to start the day off right. First is going to be mindset, prepping your mindset for the goals, the outcomes, the objectives. Maybe you want to read a couple of inspirational quotes or something that's just going to put you in the right state of mind. For me, it was always looking at my vision board and reminding myself of my why, which is my current and future family. Then what we're going to do in that same window is you're going to first do some market research. Filter the MLS, look at what's sold recently, what's pending, anything new that's conditionally sold, and start to prepare yourself with knowledge. Because if you're the agent that can answer any potential leads questions about how the market's doing with context, with data, and with clarity, that's going to position you as an authority. This is really critical for new agents or agents that don't have much experience. I was never asked how long I've been in the industry, because anytime somebody asked me how the market was doing in a specific area of my city, I could give them exact answers as to how things were, because I was researching the market every single morning before the day got started. So I encourage you to spend about 30 minutes every single day browsing your MLS very intentionally to give yourself the knowledge that you need in order to have confidence when you enter into real estate conversations. And the last component of that first time block, 7 to 8:30 a.m., is posting on social media. This is going to be really critical because your passive prospecting, or the content that's going to help generate you leads, is very simple to create. And you also need to engage. But some people, again, talking about removing excuses, some people are going to say, well, I don't know what to post. Well, let's remove that excuse right now. We'll come over to ChatGPT and we'll use this prompt. Let's say you're an Austin real estate agent. So you're a real estate agent in Austin, you create short form content for TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and your primary goal is to generate leads, and you want a list of the videos that are going to get the highest engagement, most views for home buyers, home sellers, relocation, and local lifestyle. So we're going to paste this prompt into ChatGPT, and now excuse number 1 has officially been removed, because now you have every single video that you need to record in order to make sure that, again, you're building momentum with your real estate business. So here's a list of home buying tips in Austin. Now we're gonna have a list of home selling tips in Austin. It will also create us a list of relocation videos in Austin, as you'll see here in a second. And then lastly, it's gonna give you video topics in order to position you as a local authority and a trusted resource in your market, so that you can start to get more shareable content with the general public, as we will see in this last section right here. Things to do, things to eat, and experiences in Austin. So when it comes to not knowing what to post, now we've officially eliminated that first excuse. So now that brings us to the next point of our day, which is going to be between 9 a.m. and noon. And the number 1 focus here is going to be prospecting. And I know that's a fear for many, but the truth is, if you want to generate business, you have to prospect. This is essential. I did it for 3 hours a day, every single day for my first 6 months as an agent, until I had multiple listings every single month from prospecting. And again, talking about being a successful agent, you know you need to do this, but why aren't you doing it? Well, you might have an excuse that you don't know what to say to prospects. So my encouragement to you, and I'll show you what to say, is to spend some time early in the morning prospecting FSBOs, or for sale by owners, and expired listings. These are going to be the lowest hanging fruit, that are the easiest leads to convert if you have the right approach. And the third component of that is going to be circle prospecting around a recent sale, especially if it was a successful sale of a high list of sales price with the low days on market. So if you're saying that you don't know what to say, let's go ahead and remove that excuse as well, so you know exactly what to say. So we're now going to come over back to ChatGPT, and I just wrote this out right now. And let's say you're an agent in Austin and you want to know the highest converting cold calling scripts for FSBOs, as well as expired listings and circle prospecting, but you also want to have those leads turn into booked appointments, and you want to make sure that you know the most common objection handlers, because you might get hit with them. Well, let's go ahead and figure out exactly what we need and get the right answers. Well, here is the exact cold calling script that you can use for sale by owners. And it's going to also give you a bit of a role play, which is really exciting. And after that, it's going to give you the top objection handlers that you're probably going to get from FSBOs or for sale by owners, which is, I'm not paying a commission, I already have buyers calling me, I want to sell my own home first. Well, now, part number 2, expired listings. Now you know exactly what you need to say. And it's going to give you all of the objection handlers as well. And lastly is going to be circle prospecting around a recent sale. So leveraging social proof to generate leads. As you can see, it gives you the fill in the blank for your name, your brokerage, and everything that you need to know. And there you go. So now you've got all of the scripts that you can use, you have all of the objection handlers, and again, you have no excuse not to do this because ChatGPT will give you the exact answers of what you need to do for anything. So by now, you probably have taken a lunch break from 12 to 1. So what are we gonna do from 1 to 4? What you're gonna do in this time window is focusing on 2 specific things. The first is going to be follow-up, following up with any past clients or leads. Again, if you don't have any clients, then you're just gonna have to follow up with some of the leads that you've generated from your prospecting. And if you do have clients, you might have to do showings. That's probably gonna be for the evening. So my recommendation is what I did is I actually door knocked around some of those recent home sales in order to build more momentum. But I liked door knocking because you were able to build a bit more of a connection and a relationship with the person at the door compared to a phone call. So that brings us to the last portion of the day, which is gonna be between 4 and 6 p.m. If you do have clients and showings, of course, you'll probably have to do them in the evening because most buyers are ending up working 9 to 5 jobs and they're gonna wanna view homes in the evening. But if you don't have any clients, which you probably don't if you're watching this video, then you need to spend this window focusing on business growth and content creation. So spend some time in the evening creating your next batch of content to post for the coming days. Again, you've got the script, you know exactly what videos to record. Also use this as an opportunity to send newsletters or an email to any of the leads that you've generated, as well as monthly market updates to people that, again, have now entered your database, because you should be adding every single lead to a CRM, which is gonna be the holy Bible that you live your business off of. Additionally, spend a bit of time in this window honing your craft and practicing your skills. Role play some of the objections. You can ask ChatGPT for even more objection handlers and additional scripts for follow-up as well, because at the end of the day, repetition is the mother of mastery, and if you do things more often, you're gonna get better at them. It's inevitable. So the more you can practice your scripts, your follow-up, your objection handlers, the more confident you're gonna be the next day when you go back to prospecting again. Now, when it comes to weekly non-negotiables, there's 3 critical things that I encourage you to do every single week. Number 1 is gonna be hosting open houses for other agents. It's going to be something that is really critical, because the more people you can get in front of and have real estate specific conversations with, the more business that you're gonna do. So every single week, make a priority of hosting at least 1, ideally 2 open houses every weekend for a different agent if you don't have your own listings. Part number 2 is going to be 3 to 5 posts on social media, leveraging the prompt that I provided you in order to make sure that you're leveraging passive prospecting in pair with your active prospecting, which is your cold calling or door knocking, so that you start to build momentum and get in front of more potential buyers and sellers. And that leads to part 3, which is make a goal of prospecting a minimum of 100 people a week, with a goal of adding every single lead into your database so that you can follow up with them and nurture them like we already discussed. So the last thing I want to provide to you is how to regain focus and stay on track, because many agents struggle with distractions and the feeling of overwhelm, but there's very specific things you could do in order to eliminate these things so that you're always staying in momentum. The first is going to be cutting out the noise and eliminating distractions. Stop consuming more training and more tips and tactics and tutorials and start executing, but also protect and safeguard your mindset. Eliminate anybody, especially other real estate agents, that are talking negatively about the market or just being a bad influence in terms of complaining and not actually executing. The second is going to be focusing on these income producing activities relentlessly, making sure that it's non-negotiable that every single day you're spending 3 hours per day doing lead generation. If you don't have clients, you have no business doing anything else. Stop designing pretty things on Canva. Stop researching stuff and learning all these things that don't matter. Spend 3 hours per day prospecting. That will get you business. Once you have business, you can do some of that other stuff. But right now, start to focus on the productive activities that are actually going to help your business grow. And the third thing is going to be commit to 30 days of relentless action. Make sure you wake up early every day, set a goal, and execute regardless of how you feel like it. Because the difference between successful agents and those who are struggling is successful agents execute whether they feel like it or not. There wasn't a single day I felt like prospecting and door knocking in the first 6 months that I did it 7 days a week. There wasn't a single day that I wanted to record video content when I posted 2 YouTube videos every single week and once on Instagram every single day. But I did it anyway because that's how you build momentum, and that's how I broke 6 figures in my first year. Also, make sure that you're tracking your progress and measuring how the calls are going and how your content is performing, because what gets measured gets managed and you can improve it over time. And also realize that the goal isn't perfection, it's to just get into momentum. So if you have any questions about anything that I walked through, just drop a comment below, because I genuinely want to see you succeed. I've helped so many agents just like you that were distracted, riddled with self-doubt, had no confidence, struggling to turn that around and go break $100,000 in commission in 12 months just by helping them focus on the right things. And I wanna make sure you eliminate all excuses, take complete ownership of your business and your life, and take massive action with these commitments that you made to yourself. So it's time to change your business around. Realize that this stuff is very simple. It might not be easy to do, but if you're willing to do the simple things consistently, you're going to become the next success story.